Well, it looks like Amazon.com here has given us a new listing for a Transformers Rescue Bots Academy toy. In this case, a very interesting one that returns back to a concept that I like that Transformers Rescue Bots continuously does. It's kind of absent in Transformers in a smaller degree. Transformers Rescue Bots Academy has this new release here called the Track Tower Bumblebee, which is a playset. Now, within the Transformers Rescue Bots line, even before the Academy spinoff, they've always had tons of playsets. Not really transformable playsets, but just like giant playsets that your characters could interact in, whether they be gas stations or prisons or fire stations. I really like that idea that your Transformer collection could have environments that they could be interacting in. And rarely did they really have stuff that transformed like, say, the likes of a Metroplex or Fortress Maximus. But we have something here that kind of does that, and it also does a third thing, too. So this Track Tower Bumblebee, essentially what it does is, in vehicle mode, it's a very movie kind of inspired, which is how Bumblebee is pretty much depicted now, muscle car Bumblebee. And you just kind of stand it up, a la, RPM style, or even like how some of the Transformer Rescue Bot toys are. And it kind of has a makeshift robot mode. It kind of has a molded-in legs and molded-in fists that aren't really articulated but are present there. Very similar to how the early Transformer Rescue Bot toys were, that you just kind of just put them on the back of their bumper and they were transformed. This kind of plays in also to what it's a storage system for. So it also doubles as a, let's call it like a Hot Wheels kind of storage system for the Flip Racer line of Transformer Rescue Bot toys. Now, what Flip Racers are is pretty much what I described, where in vehicle mode, you put them on their back bumper and gravity does its thing, and now it's in robot mode. Now, this one comes with a exclusive Flip Racer Hotshot, who is a new addition to the Transformers Rescue Bots Academy line and TV show, and it opens up to make a storage for all of the little characters. And again, specifically the Flip Racer price point and size. Now, this is very reminiscent of what Hot Wheels used to do, but because it's a transforming robot element and it has a robot mode and stuff, this really gives me a lot of flashbacks to anyone who remembers Power Rangers Turbo. There was the Phantom Ranger, his Zord, if you will, was called Artillatron, which almost sounds like a transformer in itself, which was this giant artillery vehicle that transformed, and when it was in robot mode also doubled as like a storage for the Rescue Megazord. And it's funny because like it's so reminiscent of that. And for people who watch Sentai, I believe he was called Vic Trailer, not as exciting a name, but nonetheless, this is really cool. And it looks like it also has a gimmick that it could launch the characters through the engine bay and stuff like that, so it adds even more to that Hot Wheels kind of nod to it. But I like this a lot. I like play sets for Transformers, and Transformers Prime had a little bit of that, where they had like the armors that kind of doubled as play sets, but not quite. And then we got our slew of stuff from Metroplex and Trypticon and Fortress Maximus. So I like when we get more of that stuff, and it seems Rescue Bots really is the place to go for Transformer cities and playsets for the time being. I know when Creo had a whole bunch of them, I was building little cities and stuff for my little Creons and everything, but this is really cool. I dig this a lot. It's one of the few Transformer Rescue Bot Academy items that are really catching my eye that I might want to pick up. Currently, right now, this is an Amazon.com listing, and it says that it'll be available July 1st, 2019 for $29.99. Judging by its scale next to the Flip Change one, it's a pretty large playset, so that's pretty cool, and it's a good storage case for your figures also at the end of the day. Awesome stuff. Definitely check out the listing if you're interested in this, and again, July 1st it will be available, which will be not too soon after I post this listing.